I am Simon Morton, and I'm here to give you a few tips and a little bit of help on your level 1 Star Search bass guitar solo, and that is Give Me Jesus. So a couple of things we'll start going over just before we start playing. If you've never read music before, and this is your first time participating in Star Search and playing bass guitar, you might not have learned all your notes yet. This music that you'll see, there'll be a close-up on the screen for you, has two lines of music. One is the notated music on the staff, and then underneath that you will see the tab, which is 4 lines, which represents the 4 strings on your bass guitar, and that will give you the fret numbers of where to play the notes if you're not sure about all of your notes just yet. I think there'll be a close-up on the screen to help you with that. So we're just going to play the first few bars, and just to establish a style, this is what I would do if I was playing this song. You have a quarter note and a dotted half note, so 4 beats in the bar altogether. So we're going to play 1 beat and then 3 beats. And I would put a little bit of separation between those first 2 notes, just so we can hear both notes being played. So an articulation on both notes. So it would sound like this: 1, 2, 3, 4. 3, 4. 2, 3, 4. 3, 4. 2, 3, 4. So just a little bit of separation between those notes. And the nice thing about these first few bars, you can get kind of comfortable. You can play this all with the same finger, and you almost just kind of roll your finger onto the next string. We play with our first finger on the 3rd fret on our E string for that G, that first note we play. So we just play 2 Gs, 2 Gs again, and then we can just kind of roll the first finger up to the C that we play next. And that way it doesn't have to be too much work to play those notes. Okay, the rhythm kind of stays out for a few bars, and then just be careful. We move to bar 13. Now we have the first part of the bar, the rhythm is the same, but then we have an 8th note rest and an 8th note pickup into the next bar. And that 8th note comes on the and of 4. So it sounds like this: 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, rest, and 1, 2, 3, 4, and 1, 2. So just make sure we get those rests in there, and that's an 8th note pickup into the next bar. So that's bar 13, 14, and 15 does that. Moving ahead a little bit more to bar 17, now we have a little bit more syncopation. So that means not all the notes are playing right on the beat. So instead of playing 1, 2, now we play on the and of 2 for the second note we play. So we play like this: 1, 2, 3, 4. 1 and 2 and 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 3, 4. I'll do that one more time. So I'll count a little bit louder this time so you can hear me maybe a little bit better and hear where those beats, where those notes lie within the beats. Okay, 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and those are the wrong notes, but the rhythm was correct. Okay, we move on a little bit more now to bar 24. Now we're just playing straight 8th notes, and that's pretty easy. There's a couple of different ways you can do this. I don't think you're going to get docked any points by playing this either way. You can articulate each note in those 8th notes here with just 1 finger if you want, or you can kind of do the drum pattern thing with 2 fingers. So bar 24 would sound like this: 1 and 2, 3 and 4, and 1 and 2 and 3 and 4. Or you could play it with alternating fingers: 1 and 2 and 3 and 4. The key is to have a consistency of sound. So if you get a more consistent sound using the same finger for every note, that's fine. If you're more comfortable keeping in time with alternating fingers, also totally fine. One more thing just to look at that we can be aware of. This is after the 4 bars of rest at the bridge. So that's bar 33. We have 4 bars of rest that we need to count. So make sure you count through all of your rests there. And then we come up onto some higher notes that we've got to play. And so it can be a little bit scary sometimes when we play the high notes. There's a lot of ledger lines, and Maybe we don't know the names of the notes up there. We're not used to playing up there all the time on bass. But there's a pattern that you can kind of do with your fingers to make this not so difficult. Okay, when we're playing bass, we're really using these 4 fingers to fret the notes. Okay, our thumb is the anchor on the back of the neck, and our hand is can kind of move around. If we imagine our thumb is kind of pinned on the back of the neck somewhere, look how far you can move your hand. You can move your hand really far and stretch. And my thumb is not moving. My thumb's staying in the same place the whole time. And I can really move my hand pretty far and reach a lot of things. So if we look at the first 2 bars we play there, so we start on a B above the staff, okay? And that's going to be on the 4th fret. And that's going to be on your highest sounding string, okay? If we put our first finger on that note, we can actually reach the D with our pinky finger. And if we count up 4 frets, we've got 4 fingers, count up 4 frets, you'll find that note. So that's the note you go to, and then we come back down. So I'll just play it. So you hear these are the first 2 bars. We play 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4. So if you just keep all 4 fingers in place on those frets, you can easily find those notes. Okay, and then after that, we're going to slide up to the 9th fret, and we're going to start actually on our pinky finger this time. So this time we just play 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4. And again, we've just shifted, but we still can reach over a space of 4 frets in this position. So let me just play those 4 bars for you, and you get an idea what that sounds like. 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3. We can slide up. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3. And then back down to this. And it's okay to put a little bit of a slide down from that high note. If you want to do that, that's style points right there. Knock yourselves out.